How's it going, people? Wow, today's a different day. It was cold last night and it was a bit rainy. Well, it was a bit rainy, it rained constantly. But I woke up this morning and we have sunshine. So my day entails, I've got a little job to do, which is about 20 minutes on here. Well, not even that, about 10-15 minutes of that. The diesel heater that's flagged up a temperature sensor fault. So I'm just going to go over there and replace that because I've got them in stock. And a few little, I think there's one other little thing he wants me to look at, I can't remember. But I'll have a look. And then I'm going to go to Aldi, get some food, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and then I might come back here, and then I'm going to go for a good walk, I think. Need to order some parts, so I've got the customer to order some parts, and I'm going to come back in a couple of days. So yeah, also to go to the gym, and I thought, you know what, I can't be bothered. And if you know me, it's not like me to say that. But I thought, do you know what, I'm going to go for a nice little hike instead. So nothing crazy. I'm no proper hiker, don't get me wrong. I love a good little walk, and I'm a casual walker. I'm very good at A to B lifting, not long distance hiking. I'm not built that way. I'm good at lifting weights. But yeah, I thought, do you know what, sun's out a little bit, it's nice weather, I'm gonna make the most of it, and I'm gonna go for a little hike. As I said before, I've been here a few times into Mam Tour, but I was going to do a little hike up to the top, I think is the plan. But as you can see, they've got the broken road that runs along here. So there used to be a road that ran round from this, well, this road used to follow all the way up, round, up that way. And obviously the road has fell down in this section here. And the amount, I'll show you when I get up there, the amount of times they've repaired it, it's hilarious. See how thick the tarmac is. My cardio sucks, but I'm one of these casual hikers. So I'll hike for a bit and then I'll just stop and enjoy the view and then get my breath back and then carry on. When you weigh 17 stone, it's a lot to carry up a mountain. I say mountain, a hill. Just gotta wait for the clouds to move out of the way and then the sun will come back. Oh look. You see my little van, see my little van, my big van down here. And there's no way am I saying that this is like a hard walk. If you're watching this and you're looking at me and you're thinking, he looks out of breath, it's because I'm not healthy, is what it is. People always ask me, oh, I got big muscles. You must be healthy. Well, to a certain extent, yes. But in the ideal world, my cardio sucks. Here's a prime example about the road being repaired countless times, and it's still obviously, with the weather and this, they call it Shivering Mountain if I remember rightly. But yeah, look, thick layers of tarmac and then to the abyss. I'd like to have seen it when it was actually a functioning road. I just found out while I was finding it really hard to breathe. Turns out when you have a chest mount on and it's round your chest and it's pulling it in, woo, my lungs are only working at like 70%. But yeah, I'm getting there slowly. As you can see, like, windy. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top because it's getting a bit cloudy and I think it's going to rain, and I'm hungry, and if I'm hungry I'm just not happy, so I probably should have bet before I came out, but hey, probably should have chilled here and had the coffee, as I always do. Love a coffee. I've got a bottle of water as well. I do drink water sometimes. So yeah, I do like coming to the Peak District. If you haven't been to the Peak District, come here because it's stunning. With a short walk or a short little hike somewhere that's like, wow. But I will say, putting that power plant know if you can see the power plant over there. It kind of ruins the view a little bit. The little village, it's none of that, but the power plant, whatever it is at the back, just, yeah, a shit. But as you can see from my view, it's absolutely stunning. I have hiked to the top of here, but I did it at the right time. I did it for sunrise. And if you haven't done that for sunrise here, it's absolutely stunning. From the top of there, looking that way. Imagine yourself up the top, looking straight that way, and the sun's coming up from over that way. Absolutely stunning. I do have a picture of that, so I'll put that up and I'll show you that. I'm just going to hike back down now. Take a nice casual walk down. It's lovely, isn't it? I make some food, like some pasta, I think. I make some pasta dinner. Well, tortellini, like double cheese with an olive like sauce. Oh, it's lovely. I'll show you anyway when I get back to the van. It's blowing a right gale. My beard's going everywhere. Oh, there you are. Just got further down the mountain where the wind's not catching me. I will say, if you've been watching my videos recently and I seem to be waffling a bit and I don't even know what to say, it's because my head is up my arse. Mentally I'm not exactly great at the minute, but I am getting there and I am getting better. Just taking these time out to go out and go for a little walk and just be out and about, it just makes a world of difference. Like I said, I have been here before, and I have, well, many times, and I have hiked quite a bit of this. I was once sat in my van, obviously my van is down there somewhere, right? When I was sat in my van one day and I saw that little tree, I don't know if you can see that little tree right at the top there, and one day I thought, do you know what, I'm going to hike to that tree, and I did. So I set off on this path down here, instead of coming up this way to head up that way. I went straight across and followed that path that runs across there, straight up the mountain, and then literally walked all the way along. And I went for that one, and then I got to the next one and I thought, do you know what, I'll leave it there. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but as I'm walking along I get this sort of judder like this, and I try and hold my arm still, but I can't really do it, it doesn't really work. And that's because I'm filming on a GoPro 6, which is not the best for the stabilization. There you are, there's a word for you. But yeah, my brother's going to be donating me a GoPro 8, which, happy days, you know what I mean? It's going to game changer for what I do and the stuff I've got about, and a few of the little bits and bobs, like even a wireless mic. So that's going to be a game changer to the game. But yeah, he's also got a YouTube channel called VRxperience, and he owns VR Arcade, which is a VRxperience in Gloucestershire city centre. So if you're into gaming and you're into VR, if you don't know what that is, go and check out his channel, which is VRxperience. And if you're from Gloucester, go into VRxperience and tell him that that Road Viking sent you, and see what he says. You might be surprised, but you know, he might even do you a good deal. I don't know. But if you haven't tried VRxperience, if you haven't tried VR before, I highly suggest you go and try it, because it's mind-blowing some of the stuff they can do now with the whole virtual reality experience. But yeah, I'm just heading back to the van now. So yeah, I'm going to make some food because I am Hank Marvin. If I plan on being like off-grid, and by off-grid I mean not going to go to a shop for a while, and I'm going to be busy going from job to job and location to location, then I'll buy food that will last. So this stuff's ideal. Tortellini, which is vacuum sealed in a pack. I know people will be like, oh, it's horrible, but Aldi Special is great. Mix that bad boy with a tomato and mascarpone stirring sauce. Do you know what I mean? Happy days. So I'm gonna make that. Let's get cooking on my little one burner. Eventually one day I might put something decent in, but for now it does the job. Not sure why that looks like baby sick, but you know, I haven't tried this sauce before, but we'll see how it goes. Look at that bad boy. Now, if you've never tried tortellini, you need to try tortellini. It's like little parcels of goodness. Oh, look at it. So that food was yummy. It's nice to feel full again, not gonna lie, I was starving. Well, I didn't hike too much. I was like, whoa. But yeah, I thought I'd cover the questions about why I bought an Iveco daily and why it works for me. People always ask me, obviously being in a lot of work I am in, they always go, what van do you recommend to buy? Personally, for me, I'd go for something older. And this is why I went for the Iveco daily of this year. It's a Mark III 2.8 turbo, so it's the original Iveco engine. Whereas the new one's got the Fiat Ducato engine in it. Yeah, and I thought, well, my last van I was in, it was a VW T4, and I thought, you know, my next van's going to be my van I'm going to live in properly, full time, and I thought I need space. And being 6'3" nearly, well, 6'2" in a bit, you know, let's not get picky, eh? I wanted the space at the top, and although they do an extra high top version of this, and my friend has got one, and I can literally jump up in it. I probably should have got that version, but this one was on the market, and this is the one I wanted. With any van, the thing is, with whatever van you buy, you're going to get a good one or a bad one. Let's face it. So, for me, going for something older and more reliable, in my mechanical experience, going for something older, as long as you can accept that there might be rust and you might need to do a bit of welding. When I bought this van, it was sat on a driveway and didn't move for, I don't know, I think it did 94,000 miles in 2007. And now and when I got it, it done 109, I think it was. And that was just, well, a year and a half ago. And now it's done 134,000 miles now. So she's put on a bit of work since I've had her. But yeah, when I went to look at that van, I didn't go to look at it mechanically, in a sense. I got there and I was underneath it and I was looking around for rust, and I found a few little bits, but nothing that made me go, oh. So in my sense, I went for something older that I could look after and have cheaper repairs and easier to fix. So it's not going to have my van hasn't got all these sensors like lambda sensors and all this malarkey. All it's basically got is an engine and a turbo, and that's pretty much about it really. It's got a little ECU on it, but nothing crazy that's going to flow up like engine codes all the time, and just because you haven't put your seatbelt on, do you know what I mean? So, or your tyre's flat. I'd like to think you'd know if your tyre was flat. But yeah, when people ask me what van to get, it's totally up to you. Like, whatever you get, it's either going to be a good one or a bad one. But the Iveco Daily was one for me. It was about 7.5 meters long. I'm 6'2" and a bit. I can stand up. And yeah, the old school of it. I wanted something that's going to be reliable. And to be honest with you, this thing has been spot on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've thrown a bit of money at it, and I've done the cam out, water pump, and clutch, and loads of ball joints and bushes and all sorts of stuff on this already. So this was before I started doing YouTube, obviously. So we haven't got any of that footage really. I've got pictures, and the previous video I think I talked about why I went from T4 to this. a bit of some footage in there of me doing some work to it. But yeah, it came down to being older, and I wanted something older. My last van was a 1.9 non-turbo T4, so one of the first ones. So easy to fix. The old VW Caddy engine in it. It's slow, but yeah, that's one of the sacrifices I took. And same with this thing, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's still a mile munching machine, and I love it. So yeah, it's all down to personal preference and what you want. Ideally for me, I wanted length and height, and to be honest with you, I think this looks 10 times better than a Transit van. From the outside, I think this thing looks stunning. For a van, I think, well, why didn't they make everything like a point? Well, not a point, but do you know what I mean? More aerodynamic. Rather than most things like back in the day were just square bricks at this age. I will say this is a 51 plate, so it's, you know, it's getting on a bit now. But she's fared well. So when I got her, I looked after it and I undersealed the hell out of it. So I'm going to do it again this summer, just to keep on top of it. Just because I like to do that, and it's my home, and I don't want it to rust out and be like, oh, wonder why I've got a fail on my MOT. Miles per gallon. Before this fuel crisis, I'd probably do 200 mile to 40 quid. Not even that. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that about half a tank to 400 quid, 400 to 200 miles. So, in a sense, yeah, fuel economy is alright. Compared to some people's vans, you're filling it up all the time. I mean, because it's a 2.8, yes, it drinks a little bit of fuel. Don't get me wrong, you notice it if you're potting around town. But if you're on the motorway, happy days. Driving wise, round town, it's not got the best suspension. I'm not gonna lie, because it's got leaf springs on the back and leaf spring on the front. So leaf springs on the front. So yeah, you feel every sort of pothole or little stone you go over through the dashboard. But I always say, and I know people are going to stress out this one and probably tell me different, but if you want comfort, this is what I would say to people: if you want comfort, get a Transit van, right? You want to do the miles, get an Iveco. That's what I always say anyway. But that's down to my personal opinion. So don't bite my head off if people that own Transit vans. I'm not slating the Transit van, just not my cup of tea. Same as all the Citroen relays and Ducatos, and do you know what I mean? Nothing really stood out to me. I saw one of these, and a friend of mine, Brian, had one, and I was like, yes, I like this van. I want to get one. This is a beautiful size for me. So for me to carry around all my tools, have a full-size bed and a sofa, full-size sofa, yeah, winning for me. Perfect. I don't need any more. And people ask me, what would I go to next? I don't know. I'd like to think an old Merc, but then, I don't know, for my line of work, when I'm constantly moving and I'm driving around everywhere, this thing is spot on for me, and I wouldn't change it now. And there's nothing else I can get on my licence that's probably bigger than this, to be honest with you. So yeah, finding one without rust was a big goal one for me. So well, yeah, when I went and saw this, it was tidy, and it just said yes. I didn't even hear it running. I when I picked it up, it even had the oil light on, and I know how bomb-proof these engines are if you look after them, from experience and people telling me. So that was my choice of engine in the van that came with it. I love this van. And here's a fun fact: even if the cam belt snaps, it's not going to ruin the engine. It's still going to be fine. You can put another cam belt on it and it'll be fine. So so yeah, that's always a bonus. So if my cam belt snaps, it's not going to blow my engine up. I can literally take the front off. I've already done it before. Throw a new belt on it, time it up, throw a new belt on it, and then keep going. I think that's wicked for an engine. So yeah, I'll leave that one there. It was just a bit of a random video, a bit of a run through. Obviously a bit of a hike up in the peaks, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It would be amazing, means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.